If you're coming to Madeira and you're looking to get off the beaten path, then this video will be perfect for you. I'm Paddy. I've just arrived on this incredible island and my first stop was Funchal, the bustling capital. Now, it's a lively city, but it's no surprise that it's filled with tourists thanks to the constant flow of cruise ships and the nearby airport. But beyond the buzz of Funchal lies another side of Madeira, a side of Madeira that I want to get to know a little bit better today. And this is Joe. He's my friend who's lived on Madeira for many years. And today, he's taking us on a journey of discovery. He wants to show us some of Madeira's best kept secrets. We'll devour mouth-watering meals in local restaurants, in local neighborhoods. He'll take us on a peaceful hike along a Levada where there will not be another soul in sight. So come with us today as we explore Madeira in a little bit more detail and stick around till the end because there's something very special happening indeed. But before any adventure begins, it's time for some breakfast. Right, Joe's taken us to a local spot, a little cafe in the middle of the market. Nice little spot, because you told me I have to try some of the local breakfast.
So breakfast doesn't really exist that much in Portugal. It's normally a pastry and a coffee. So
that's what we've got.
Two traditional pastries.
All right then.
For you to try.
Which one should I try first?
A queijada. It's like a Madeiran cheesecake kind of pastry.
I was going to say like a quesadilla, but okay, no.
And inside is like sweet and like a ricotta style cheese.
It's a bit like a scone.
Sugar, eggs. Good with the coffee.
Yeah, really good. Actually, let's dip it in.
I've never seen anyone do that before.
This is how the English do it. That's how to do it.
Alright, this one, powder day, which literally means bread of God.
More like bread of diabetes. This is going to be naughty. Are you sharing this with me?
Yes. Good. Better than the other.
That's naughty.
Yeah?
I can see that.
A dip, another dip.
If you like sweet pastries for breakfast, then you're gonna love Madeira. They have so many to choose from, and they even had these delicious handmade jammy dodgers. Very nice. The central market here in Funchal is a hub of activity, especially on Fridays when all of the local farmers come down from their mountainside villages.
Do you want some? I'll have one.
But it was extremely busy, so I asked Joe something useful. Any pro tips to navigate this madness?
Yeah, on the weekdays, don't buy fruit here. On Fridays and Saturdays, you can see it's full of local farmers, better prices, no tourist scams, local fresh produce. As you found out.
Bosh. They have so many fruits and vegetables here. Honestly, I didn't even know what half of them were, but they all smelled and looked amazing. Oh la la. I really want to buy some of the papaya, but it's so massive. They need to chop it up and sell it in little plastic bags like they do in Thailand. What is that?
Forgot the English. It is a sweet potato. Yeah.
Very busy, but very colourful, very fragrant, very cheap. Good thing about travelling with a local here, local transport, his own motorbike. Let's go. Drive slowly. I don't want to die on this trip. Now, I am no stranger to riding scooters. I have a few back home and I've driven all over the world, but I have never been on the back of a motorbike here in Madeira. The twisty roads soon turned into the main highway, and I was kind of shocked at how fast everybody here drives. And I just tried to hold on for dear life and enjoy the views. Heart-pounding stuff.
So we're in a town called Ribeira, Brava. We're just about to go to the north of the island. This town's like the gateway to the north. But there's a very, very good little Venezuelan bakery. Picked up some lunch for the hike. Empanadas.
Looks good. This town's gorgeous. It's right on the water's edge. There's a beautiful church as well, just around the corner. And then up through that incredible gorge or valley is the way we're driving up now. So let's just drive slow
Yeah. What, was it too fast for you?
I mean,
on the highway.
I've never ever driven faster than 70 kilometers an hour.
Oh, we hit 100.
Yeah. No rush.
Thankfully, Joe rode a little bit slower, but not that much. And I don't really blame him, because it felt like he needed to keep pace. The cars behind were right up our arse, and we were worried we were going to get completely flattened. Honestly, driving in Madeira may be beautiful, but it sure as hell is not for the faint-hearted.
I tell you what, if you want to fast track your way to a cardiac arrest, come to Madeira and go on the back of a scooter with a local. Honestly, he's a really good driver. Joe's a great driver, but he just drives so fast, and it's just because everyone else is driving fast. And I live in Thailand, and this is petrifying.
Thankfully, Joe pulled up here so I could take a breather and try a local delicacy that hopefully might help calm me down.
But they're both alcoholic.
Yeah.
It's definitely time for a stiff drink. And Joe, you've taken me to this really famous spot, gorgeous, in the middle of the valley. Look at it. And it's a really rustic place. Like, tables are dirty, floors dirty. This is how they do it here in Madeira. This
Poncha.
It's the local delicacy. This is the strong one. Okay. Tastes like a daiquiri, but someone forgot to put this sugar syrup in it. Okay, this one. Oh, this one's strong. This one's strong. That's pure booze.
You must have got the bottom.
I like this one. Oh, I'm gonna get smashed after that.
But the sign of a good poncha, if it's not a good one, it doesn't make your face scroll up. If your face goes after you drink it,
that means it's good.
You know it's a good one.
With the Madeiran poncha now flowing through my veins, my anxiety started to lower and I was able to just relax and take it all in. After all, driving through the heart of Madeira really is a spectacular experience. We stopped here to admire this beautiful church, just perched perfectly on this hill. Such a sight, and what a gorgeous place it must be to pray and enjoy service. And about 20 minutes further down the road, Joe took us deeper into the mountains and deeper into the lush green forests in search of the beginning of a lesser known trail that he thought I would appreciate, as it was far away from the crowds of Funchal.
Hear the birds? That's because we're in the middle of nowhere. Look at this. Beautiful churches, beautiful roads, beautiful mountains. Madeira is a gem. I can see why you live here, buddy. You were saying there's a waterfall and a valley.
There's a nice valley, there's a waterfall. We've got our packed lunch, like
Ooh.
school kids.
But hang on a minute, you didn't say anything about stairs.
10 minutes climb.
You better not be lying.
Wait, 10 minutes climb to the start of the hike.
So you might see these little...
Irrigation channels.
That's the word I was looking for. But they're called levadas.
Levadas.
Now, I don't know anything about them, so can you enlighten us?
Okay, so the island has a rain shadow. On one side of the island it rains, the other side is dry. So they built hundreds of kilometers at least, but maybe into the thousands of kilometers of irrigation system in the most amazing places. I mean, Look at it. And now they're used as hiking routes. So you have the paths next to them that you hike along.
And if there was loads of tourists coming this way, I can see why it would get quite annoying. But that's really interesting about the levadas, Joe. Thank you for that. I didn't actually know that's what they were for.
Hello, this is Paddy from the future. I'm currently filming the next adventure. Can you guess where we are? It's incredible. Just wanted to pop in and say a quick thank you to Squarespace, the sponsor of this video. They are the perfect place to go if you need to build a website in 2025 or beyond and you don't have the skills to design it yourself, because they have an incredible feature called Design Intelligence, which is basically an AI, and you tell it what your website's for, what you're trying to do with it, who you're trying to reach, and then it will just build it for you. And then you can go in and just clean things up, add your own pictures, add your own videos. And I've created my website on Squarespace. It looks amazing. And they have an incredible app as well. So whenever I'm on the road like this and I need to update my blog or post new pictures or just update their website in general, I can do so on my phone, which is great. And if you click the link in the description or go to squarespace.com/Paddy Doyle, you'll actually get 10% off your first website or domain with Squarespace. Thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring my video. Now let's get back to Madeira, and in the future, we'll come here.
Magical, isn't it? Beautiful. We haven't seen a single person on this hike, not yet anyway. It's like being inside of a movie set about fairies and goblins. Something magical anyway. If you saw a unicorn just bolting down, you'd be like, oh yeah, that looks pretty much about right. Thank you so much. What a spot for lunch. Cheers, mate. Yeah, Joe, this is amazing, mate. Thank you so much for showing me this little easy hike. I mean, more of a walk, wasn't it?
Walk. Yeah.
But look at this. I mean, I love the pink flowers, the moss on the rocks, the beautiful stream, this crashing waterfall. Even the moss growing on the rock gives you a nice grippage. You know what I mean?
Love a bit of grippage.
Hello, mate.
Hello, Matt.
After the hike, we made our way back to Funchal. Joe wanted to take me up into the local areas overlooking the centre, where he knew a great place to try espitada, which is one of the local delicacies here.
Joe wants to take me to a hidden gem. He wants to show you some of the local food here, and we've come and found a real local place away from the main area with all the tourists and the overpriced restaurants. This is apparently local food, very delicious. There's like a nice little piazza and what looks to be a really dodgy looking pub full of characters. We're not actually going to eat there, but I'm going to try and persuade Joe. Just have a cheeky half in the pub because it looks fun. Thank you so much. Cheers, Joe.
Cheers.
Don't drink it all at once. In the UK, if you are a regular in a pub, you drink 5 pints of beer every night for 20 years, you won't even get a peanut. In Madeira, you order
One drink.
one tiny, tiny little beer, and they give you for free prawns.
Yeah. Then not everywhere, but a lot of places will give you a little snack called dentino.
Can you imagine giving a plate of prawns like this to someone in England? They'd be like, what the
What do you
hell?
want me to do with it?
Yeah.
Why aren't they peeled?
Help me! Oh,
Good, right? like really
salty.
Yeah.
They do that deliberately so you buy more beer. That's my kind of boozer in there. They're all smoking, they're all talking, they're all laughing. There's a jukebox, there's a cigarette machine. There's a bloke preparing some more of that poncho. And it's just full of hard-working Madeirans who just want to enjoy a very cold, very small beer. Salty, prawny goodness. It just explodes like someone's just poured a sachet of salt in your mouth. In a good way, like it's salty, but I can handle it. It goes so well with a cold beer. Decent boozer, this one. We'll put this one in the description for you. You can come up here. Okay, so just there's the boozer, and this is where we're going. And we're literally in a residential suburban neighbourhood of Funchal. This is going to be really unique. We'll show you inside.
So this local restaurant is amazing. Get here early though, because you'll have to wait a long time if you don't. And make sure you have some experience cooking meat, because here you are the chef. The meats come heavily salted and seasoned with bay leaves and garlic, and then it's over to you to cook it yourself.
If we mess this up, it's our own fault, because we are the chefs here. Any room in the inn? The heat coming off this.
We saw these wooden ovens all over Madeira, and this is actually a very typical way to cook food here. Not only do you get a smoky flavour to your meat, but it's just a fun way to dine. Thankfully, Joe is experienced with espitada, so I just let him take over the cooking role.
I'm just thankful that I've got Joe here who knows what to do. Look at this.
Well, like you said, you can't go wrong with it.
There is a lot of hungry men.
Maybe bread. You like it bread?
Yeah, I'll try it. If it's not cooked enough, I'll put it back on. Thank you, mate.
Garlic butter.
Oh. How's yours?
A bit overdone, but it will get like less well done as we go.
Yes. Good cook. Thank you, chef. So salty. Delicious. But very salty.
The next day, Joe and I had to travel across to the other side of the island. Joe wanted to take me somewhere very special, and we have a very big challenge ahead of us, which I'll share more about in a minute. But yeah, in the meantime, we had about an hour and a half drive ahead of us. Lucky for us, Joe's friend, who is a local tour guide here, had a day off, and he kindly drove us across the island.
It's unbelievable. I think we're going to get wet in about T-minus 10 seconds. That rain is coming.
Yeah, this is Duarte. He is such a character, and he even stopped at a handful of places to show us some great viewpoints along the way, just to make our journey a little bit more interesting.
Shall we go?
Sí. Vamos.
Vamos, let's go.
Now normally he has a big 4x4 Jeep, but it was in the garage for maintenance, so we were squashed in his little car, but we still had a great time. If you're coming to Madeira and you want a really fun local guide to take you out, then I'll leave his contact information below. He's a really great guy, and he's got all the local knowledge, and he knows all the hidden spots that most tourists miss or simply don't know about.
we don't.
It was just a shame that the weather was so bad this afternoon, but we still had a great time. And eventually we were neared towards our destination of Porto Moniz, one of the most magical parts of Madeira. I can't wait to show you.
This is amazing. We're getting like a free tour en route. That's our little village. That's where we're heading. This entire coastline is ridiculously beautiful. Cheers, big ears.
Cheers. Oh, that's a new one. Cheers, big ears. Cheers to you guys.
If you're coming to Madeira, guys, and you need a tour guide, this is the man. How can people get in contact with you?
Do you know him? Do you trust him? You better do. Thank you. Thank you. My pleasure.
How can they find you?
How you can find me?
Yeah.
At Madeira Green and Blue.
You pick people up from the cruise ships and you take them out for a full half day, whatever it is.
As long as they pay. Wherever they want to go. And if you want, talk to my manager over here.
Hey. Right, so we've just had the most incredible afternoon in Porto Moniz. Thank you for bringing me here.
It's okay.
We didn't film that much because it was the FA Cup final and we just watched that in the pub for 2 hours. Congratulations to Crystal Palace. Come on! This place is so beautiful, as you can tell, right? You've got the natural swimming pools, you've got the incredible mountains, and we just got the most lucky recommendation for dinner. So this unassuming building, right, with Villa North on the front, that, ladies and gentlemen, is the home of the greatest burger I think I've ever had. And I don't say that lightly.
Yeah.
It had bacon, it had egg, it had crispy bits that I don't even know what it is. It had cheese, it had tomato. Salad.
It was so good.
It was so good. And then all the staff in there were so friendly. They were all from Venezuela, which you'll find to be quite common here in Madeira. They gave us shots of rum. We had sambuca, like Venezuelan sambuca. It was incredible, wasn't it?
It was so good, so good. And so unassuming, I didn't even know there was a good place to eat here, but that's one of the best burgers I've eaten too.
And can we just talk about the backdrop? Can we just talk about the backdrop for a second?
Ridiculous.
Yeah, so here are some really interesting facts about Porto Moniz. You see those little concrete boxes, right? There's one up on the hill over there, and there's obviously one on that beautiful rock. When they were whaling, which only finished in the
1981 was the last whale that was killed in Madeira.
So they were still whaling here.
For its oil, not for its meat.
And what they used to do, they'd have a spotter in that concrete box, and if he saw a whale, he would fire a firework, and then the fishing boats would know where to go, and they'd go and get the whale, and they'd bring the whale in and harvest it for its oil and its meat and its minerals. But anyway, just such a beautiful part of the island. And thank you, Joe, for showing me like the real local side in Funchal and in the centre and on the north and now here on the far side of the island. But there's a second reason why we've come to Porto Moniz, and that is because me and Joe
I'm scared.
are going to hike with backpacks across the entire island from this side to the other over the course of the next 7 days.
How many kilometers?
I don't know, how many kilometers?
150?
150 with maybe a bit more with getting lost. We are so not ready for this, but we are ready for this because we just love adventure. We love this island. You live here.
I live here, but I've not seen it like this.
If anything goes wrong, I'm gonna go, Joe, you live here. Come on, sort this out.
Yeah, blame me.
We're not hikers like by trade. We're not walkers by nature, but we are two mates who enjoy
Epic journeys.
Exactly. So we've got 7 days of that, and it's right here. You can watch it right here. There it is. Oh. It's live right now. Go watch it. Go watch me and him struggle for the next week across Madeira. Not only will we get to experience Madeira properly and see the entire island from one side to the other, but we should have some fun doing it.
Yeah.